Sisters with Voices, better known as SWV, is an American female R&B, Grammy-nominated trio from New York City. Formed in 1990 as a gospel group, SWV became one of the most successful R&B groups of the 1990s. They had a series of hits, including Weak, Right Here, Human Nature, I'm So Into You, and You're the One. The group disbanded in 1998 to pursue solo projects, and reunited in 2005. Biography, Early Life and Big Break. SWV was formed by Cheryl Gamble, Tamara Johnson and Leanne Leon. After getting their demo together, the trio sent out demo tapes along with bottles of Perrier to catch the attention of record execs all over America. In 1991, after being invited to sing live in front of RCA executives, SWV was signed to an 8-album record deal. 1992–1995, It's About Time and the Remixes. It's About Time is the debut studio album by American female R&B trio SWV, released by RCA Records on October 27, 1992. It was certified triple platinum by the RIAA for more than 3 million copies shipped to store. SWV's first single, Right Here, was released in the fall of 1992, reaching number 16 on the R&B charts. Their second single, I'm So Into You, peaked at number 2 on R&B and reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The third single, Weak, reached number 1 on both the R&B and Hot 100 charts. Right Here, Human Nature, the fourth single and a remix of their first single, Right Here, featured samples of Michael Jackson's hit Human Nature. Pharrell Williams performed a small rap solo on Right Here. Right Here, Human Nature peaked at number 1 on R&B and number 2 on the Hot 100, and it stayed at number 1 on the Billboard R&B charts for 7 weeks, making it one of the longest-running singles of 1993. It was followed up with the additional top 10 R&B hits, Downtown, and Always on My Mind. The album peaked at 8 on the US Billboard 200. Following the success of their first album, SWV appeared on the soundtrack for the 1994 film Above the Rim. The single, Anything, became a top 10 R&B hit and reached number 18 on the Hot 100 in the spring of 1994. That same year, SWV released the remixes, which went gold by the end of the year. In the summer of 1995, the trio lent vocal harmonies to Blackstreet's top 40 R&B hit Tonight's the Night. 1996–1997, New Beginning, released Some Tension and A Special Christmas. New Beginning is the second album from R&B group SWV. The first single, You're the One, became one of their signature songs, peaking at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Singles chart. The second single, Use Your Heart, saw the debut of the super producers The Neptunes. This song peaked at 22 on the Hot 100 and number 6 on the R&B chart. The last single, It's All About You, found Taj taking most of the lead as opposed to Coco. The album was certified platinum for shipping 1 million copies in the US alone. Also, in 1995 SWV appeared on the Waiting to Exhale, original soundtrack album, recording the track, All Night Long. Release Some Tension is SWV's third album. Guest appearances are made by E40, P. Diddy, Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown, Lil Cease, Lil Kim, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Redman. The album features hits like Rain, Someone, Can We, and cancelled single Lose My Cool. Someone, although featuring one of the biggest producers artists of the year, Puff Daddy, only reached number 19 on the Billboard charts, which sampled the Notorious B.I.G.'s 10 Crack Commandments and Les McCann's Voluntra. When You Cry also sampled Tyrone Davis in The Mood. The album was certified gold for shipping 500,000 copies in the US alone. RIAA database A Special Christmas, a holiday album featuring OBTH cover versions and original material, was released in the United States on November 18, 1997 by RCA Records. A Special Christmas would be the penultimate album the trio recorded together before they disbanded in 1998. Coco, the group's lead singer, released her first solo album in 1999. 1998–2005, hiatus and reuniting of SWV, the group split in 1998. The members began leading their own careers. After SWV disbanded, Coco went on to release her first solo album under SCA, titled Hot Coco, released August 1999. The first single, Sunshine, which was dedicated to her son Jazz, reached the top 40 position in the R&B charts that summer. However, neither the album nor the singles gathered the same mainstream success as Coco once did with SWV. Meanwhile, Coco was working on a second solo album titled Music Doll in early 2001, but RCA closed the black music division and the project was shelved. Since then, she has concentrated more on her family, and eventually married gospel producer and drummer for Israel and New Breed, Big Mike Clemens, the father of her second son, Jalen. She currently resides in Virginia Beach, Virginia. In 2001, Coco and her mother Lady Clyde Tibber Gamble did a remake of the song Tears in Heaven on the album Rhythm and Spirit, Love Can Build a Bridge. The album featured other artists such as Jennifer Holliday, Patti LaBelle, and Tremaine Hawkins. Clemens sang on the Brent Jones and TP Mob single Midnight in 2002. She also appeared on Youthful Praise's 2003 gospel album Thank You for the Change singing lead on Up There. Coco's full gospel solo debut, Grateful, was released in the United States on October 31, 2006 and debuted at number 5 on Billboard Euro's Top Independent Albums chart. Grateful includes an all-star cover of the Clark Sisters in Dami, which features R&B singers Faith Evans, Fantasia Barrino and Lil Mo. An alternate version, minus Faith Evans, was performed on Bet's Celebration of Gospel '07. A special edition of Grateful only available through Walmart includes 2 bonus tracks I Wish, and Brent Jones' Midnight featuring Coco on lead vocals. Coco was reported to have joined an all-black touring cast performing the critically acclaimed play The Vagina Monologues, along with Sherry Shepherd, Star Jones, Vanessa L. Williams, and others. In June 2008, Coco performed in Japan for the Billboard Live Tour. She sang some of her solo hit Sunshine, Clap Your Hands, and the SWV song Right Here Human Nature. In 2005, SWV reunited and announced plans to record a new album the following year, which did not materialize. In 2007, the group performed dates with After 7, Bobby Brown, New Edition, and Blackstreet. Also in 2007, Johnson George appeared in the TV One reality series I Married a Boomer, which documented her life with husband Eddie George, former NFL player and present Nashville entrepreneur. SWV members Coco and Lely appear in a couple of the show's episodes. On June 24, 2008, during a performance from Alicia Keys at the BET Awards of 2008, SWV made a special appearance with the original lineup from En Vogue and TLC. SWV sang Weak with Alicia and later performed Waterfalls with the 2 other R&B girl bands. Coco currently resides in Virginia Beach, Lely in Atlanta and Taj in Nashville. Taj Johnson George was a contestant on Survivor, Tocantins, in which she came in 4th place. She was blindsided by her former alliance of James J.T. Thomas, Jr. and Stephen Fish. She became the 6th jury member. She participated in the 2009 national tour of the Vagina Monologues with an all-black cast, most of whom are also former reality show contestants. SWV appeared on The Monique Show on February 2, 2010, performing Patti LaBelle's If Only You Knew. Lely and Coco provided the lead vocals. 2011 Euro 2012, I Missed Us. In 2011, SWV signed a record deal with Mass Appeal Entertainment and E1 Entertainment. On June 10, 2011, SWV was featured on the official remix of Chris Brown's remake of their Right Here Human Nature song, She Ain't You. SWV released Co-Sign on December 15, 2011 via iTunes as the first single from their 4th studio album, I Missed Us. VH1 ranked SWV number 88 on their 100 Greatest Women in Music list. Billboard named SWV the number 7 R&B act and the number 2 top-selling airplay R&B female group of the 1990s. The track listing for SWV's I Missed Us was released on Amazon.com. The album was released on April 17, 2012 via E1 Music and Mass Appeal Entertainment. SWV appeared on the television talk show The Wendy Williams Show on April 17, 2012 to promote the release of I Missed Us and to perform the hit song Co-Sign. The album then went to number 1 on the iTunes R&B Albums chart. On June 1, 2012, SWV announced that their next single to be released from I Missed Us would be Love Unconditionally. On June 28, 2012 the song I'm So Into You from the triple platinum album It's About Time was ranked at number 18 on VH1's 40 Greatest R&B Songs of the 90s. On November 4, 2012, SWV performed on Black Girls Rock, an organization to inspire young black girls, on BET. On July 7, 2013, during the Essence Music Festival, SWV announced that WeTV greenlit 6 episodes set to air in early 2014 that will detail their lives as a group and individually, professionally and personally. It will also address their 1998 breakup and their subsequent reunion. Evolution 2014-present, SWV is currently working on new music and album tentatively titled Evolution. This will be their first album after 3 years and second album since the group has reunited in 2005. As of now they are also filming their 3rd season of their reality show called SWV Reunited. Members: Cheryl Coco Clemens is the soprano and lead singer of the group, known for her distinctive high tone and vocal acrobatics. Leanne Lely Leon is the group's tenor and, though being the lightest voice of the 3, sings the lower parts. Tamara Taj Johnson George is the group's alto. She is known to have a lower, raspier voice. Discography: compilation albums, 1999, Greatest Hits, 1999, Greatest Hits, 2001, Best of SWV, 2003, Platinum and Gold Collection, 2004, The Encore Collection, 2011, SOUL, Tours, Week, SWV World Tour, Sisters Only, Release the Tension, New Jack Swing Tour, Billboard Live Tour, SWV and Faith Evans, Fresh Music Festival, Opening Acts. SWV featured a number of successful female groups as opening acts throughout their various touring engagements. Those groups included such contemporaries as XSCAPE, Jade, Total, 702, and Destiny's Child. Awards and nominations: see also, List of best-selling music artists, Top Heat Seekers, List of artists who reached number 1 in the United States, List of performers on Top of the Pops, Girl Group, References. External links: SWV at the Internet Movie Database, SWV at AllMusic, SWV online fan site, The Real SWV official website.